What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 189 of the Clever and Original Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kayley Misialek, alongside me, the man with a plan, Jayden Reinhart.
Yeah, this week I was all like, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to spend a whole lot of money on a new guitar. And I did. And you can kind of see it in the back a little bit. It's a Diamond Series Schecter. Solo Custom 2, I think. I'm not super good at names, but it's cool. I spent a lot of money on it. It's cool.
How much? You said $1,000?
Yeah. That was at the end of like tax and everything. But
okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite a bit of money. My last guitar cost $100. So
yeah, big upgrade.
Yeah. For sure. I'm still not like, I'm still not shredding like insert name of musician who shreds. But it's fun. Like suddenly, as soon as I mentioned that, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Axl Rose, is he shred?
I don't know. Does he?
I don't know. He's in 20 Roses. Guns N' Roses. That's it. 20 Roses. My favorite band. Yeah. But I did that. And yeah, feeling good about the purchase. It felt weird at first. Like, you know when you spend like a ton of money on something?
Yeah. And
you go and you like sit down in your car and you're holding the thing. And it's like, holy shit. This is mine. I spent all the money on this.
This is a lot of things.
Yeah. I worked countless hours in a kitchen for this. And it's mine.
Yes,
yeah.
It is. And if you haven't noticed today, JJ is gone again.
Where'd he go?
What a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, he sent me a text. He's like, I'm too cool. I'm not going to be there. Actually, I think he just said like he had a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all know he's not cool, so, you know.
Yeah, so, I mean, we kind of already knew that.
Yeah. I mean, why would he even try to pretend? You know, it's so obvious that he's not cool.
Right.
He's not even going to listen to this episode, so he can say whatever we want.
Yeah, like
next week he'll be like, so what'd you talk about? I'll be like, oh, nothing. Don't bother listening.
That's the thing, right? We can just like attack JJ and he can't defend himself.
He's not here to say anything otherwise.
Clearly, what we should be doing with our time.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole podcast, we're just going to be bashing JJ.
So yeah, probably, I don't know. I was gonna try and make some segue to the river, but so I went across the river today.
Okay.
I was like talking with my roommate who's gonna go see Shazam.
Oh shit! Yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah, we should have probably saw that.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert: we haven't seen Shazam yet.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that's not too big of a spoiler for you.
Yeah. So yeah, and you know you have to go in order to go to River Cinema. You have to cross the Red River. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it lately?
No, is it like way up there?
And yeah, it's
a
like
lot of snow is melted.
It's like hitting land, and like you know that pillar that has like the year with like how high the water was.
Yeah.
It's like touching that at the bottom, like the bottom of it, but it's like touching it.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty far up there. Yeah. That's intense. Because I know I did realize. I think yesterday after work we were sitting around and one of the guys mentioned like I hope it's not too cold because when there's puddles on the ground like very thin like just water on the ground and then it freezes everything's ice and it sucks and so he's like I hope it's not so cold that it's frozen. I'm like no it's like 43 so it's all melting and then we also started talking about how it rained the same day and we're like holy shit like I suddenly realized like then and there like the river's probably getting pretty full. Yeah. A lot of it's melting it's raining. A lot of bad weather things.
Well, it's like it snowed twice in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And then it's rained today.
And most of like the big snowbanks that you saw on the sides of the road were like almost all melted.
Yeah.
So.
I drove over that and I saw like snow, like getting like snow chunks getting carried down the river.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
This seems bad.
Yeah. So, hopefully it doesn't flood. It shouldn't flood.
Yeah.
because we got a lot of protection now.
And I'm on floor 2, so it's all cool.
Yeah,
Even if it floods, we can still do the podcast.
Yeah. There you go.
Assuming we can all get here.
Yeah. Or the city's not evacuated.
Yeah.
Which would be like really
that would be
extreme.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty prepared most of the time.
Yeah.
You got people sandbagging all the time. We got like those big metal
24/7 year round.
just constantly. Just, oh, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm going to go out sandbagging. Yeah. It's the middle of summer. Oh, it can't be too prepared. Never know. We put a city right on top of this river that likes to expand quite a bit. It was really smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
It'll be interesting.
So if you haven't listened to us before, we talk about no, I'm just kidding. We're the Clever and Original podcast. We talk about comic book movie type stuff, video game type stuff, particularly in that order.
Yeah.
Well, let's get on with some news, shall we? No video game type stuff this week. Only some movie stuff. Joker. So DC and Warner Brothers released a teaser trailer. I guess that's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
It's not trailer 1, but it's like it is
trailer 0.
You know, yeah, people do that now. It's like teaser and then trailer 1. And it's like a teaser is just a trailer.
It's just the first trailer that you don't want to give a number.
Yeah. Anyway, and it's like first trailer for Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Showcasing the villain Joker. Basically, I don't know, it's weird because it's a villain, right?
Yeah.
Like getting his own film.
Mm-hmm. Which has happened recently, but not too much in the distant past. Like, we got Venom, and I don't know, Deadpool's kind of an anti-hero, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we had like Suicide Squad, but that's kind of different.
They were all kind of good guys.
yeah.
Like even though they're evil, there's someone more evil. Mm-hmm. It was more of a film of anti-heroes than really villains.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how they're gonna get like the audience to be like, yeah, go Joker.
Yeah, right.
Because he's crazy. Also, interesting. I think from the trailer, it seems like society is just making him go insane.
Yeah, it wasn't because I watched The Killing Joke, which is really good. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. And they go over a little bit of his past, or most of his past. And in that, he falls into a vat of chemicals because he was fooled into being, what was it, the Red Hood? The Red Hood? Something, yeah. It was a fake villain that they put different people in the same costume. Okay. And so it was all attributed to this non-existent villain. Mm-hmm. And it was like a mob or something that were like doing all these things and getting away with it that way. And he's like trying to do that. Batman shows up, punches him, ends up in the vat of acid, turns into the Joker. But that's all after like his wife dies due to like a random electrical incident. And it's like this is definitely not the same story. This is gonna be the same guy, I guess. Kind of, but he clearly, cause he wasn't with his wife in the teaser at all, right? It was with his mom.
I'm not sure because she looked kind of like the same age.
Yeah, and they were like dancing.
And so like I mean the way the trailer makes out, because he's like doing a voiceover, right? And he's like my mom, and then it's like cuts to them or whatever,
like dancing. Yeah,
and it's like
she's like, is that his mom? It's hard to tell, and it's hard to tell if she's alive, even if that's like a flashback. Yeah, it kind of feels like a flashback. Yeah, the way he talks about it as it's happening. Oh, jeez, I have like random hiccups, but
they go into like smiling a lot, which I guess. Also, I feel like they're kind of like taking from like Heath Ledger's Joker and from The Dark Knight. Yeah. Kind of with like, I don't know, just like the craziness. I mean, I guess Joker is crazy, but like more like, I don't know, seeming like psychotic more than like joking. Yeah. Like cartoony, I guess.
Like more insane than, because the Joker in Killing Joke seems very sane, just with like a distorted point of view.
Right.
But he has all his marbles, like I guess kind of, but he's like really smart with everything. Like there's a fight scene where he's fighting Batman in like an upside down room, and it gets really like, because he's like pulling a chair off the ceiling, and it's really weird. But he's really smart with everything he does and his plans and stuff. But this one does seem a little bit more like just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it seems, and like the hairstyle kind of echoes like Heath Ledger's.
I was gonna say that's a good hairstyle.
Yeah, the short, like, well,
like
I mean, it's like
it's long, but it's all like
it's long for a male.
Yeah,
short, and it's like
pulled back. Yep.
Yeah.
Which didn't he normally in other like animated series and whatever have kind of like a short, not quite a faux hawk, but like a clear widow's peak, and almost like it didn't have any pulled hair. It was like
I don't know. I know this isn't going to help anyone who's listening, but like, kind of like Mike's hair, you know, Mike.
McGregor?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Unless you know
similar,
who that is, you'll have no idea.
I would think, except like green, obviously.
Yeah,
know?
Yeah, green and yeah.
Like
that's kind of how it is. That's
like pointy styled thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it's been. I hope they don't like try to draw too many similarities between this Joker and the past Jokers that they've had, animated or non.
Yeah.
Because with that you set an expectation. And he's never gonna be anyone else.
Well, right. Like, I mean, we'll look at like Suicide Squad Joker.
Yeah.
Jared Leto. That was, well, let me just say that one was awful.
That was terrible.
But I mean, I guess it was something different than what we've seen in the past.
But it was more of that just like insanity. I think I would rather see like a sort of sane but pushed over the edge Joker instead of an insane Heath Ledger Joker. I mean, Heath Ledger did that part fine.
Yeah, he did.
It was great. Good. But I think I would like one more akin to Killing Joke.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Like, yeah. I don't know, because then he seems more like a I don't know. I guess he is still a villain if he's psychotic or whatever, but I don't know. It feels more like evil, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just spitting words because that's what we do on this podcast.
Yeah, we talk and you listen.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. Finger gun to those of you not listening on YouTube.
So, anything else on the Joker? I guess it's just called Joker, not the Joker.
Joker, yeah. Not much, I guess. Looks
comes into theaters October 4th of this year.
The main drawing point is gonna be the fall, and not so much of either character. Like not sane Joker, insane Joker, but the transition is gonna be the whole movie.
Yeah,
that'll be the important part.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how Joaquin plays it. Phoenix, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Moving on, we've got story number 2. Kind of picking up on a story we had last week. Angelina Jolie joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe in The Eternals. And it turns out the character that she is playing has been figured out, I guess. Because not officially confirmed, but you know, it's
leaks and stuff.
Right. She will be starring in the film as the role of Cersei. So one of the main Eternals.
Okay.
Yeah, and also in that same report, Kumail Nanjiani seems to be joining the movie.
Okay, I don't recognize that name, but
he's Indian. I don't know if you've seen Silicon Valley.
No, I know it's very
he's
popular,
in that.
But okay.
I think he's in like The Big Stick, I think it might be called. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
I mean, he's a comedian.
Okay. I've probably heard some of his bits. When we were working in the kitchen, the boss likes to put on comedy.
Okay.
Off Pandora.
But yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, Angelina Jolie playing Cersei.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess we sort of called it on the last podcast collectively that she was going to be like the main role.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess with the Eternals, if you're any of the Eternals, you're a main role.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's the leader isn't surprising because she's such a big name.
Yeah, she's like probably the biggest name that Marvel has gotten.
Yeah, so they're going to want her front and center.
Definitely.
Because that is huge draws to lots of movies. That's going to be a draw for people who haven't watched a Marvel flick yet, which is weird to think that anyone hasn't.
Right.
But for anyone who hasn't, they're going to see Angelina Jolie, and they're like, oh, I loved her in Mr. and Mrs. Smith or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an old movie.
That's a real old movie. I don't know why it's the only one I can remember.
Maleficent.
Oh, yeah, she played Maleficent.
She played Tomb Raider. Lara Croft.
She was Lara Croft? I guess that makes a lot of sense. She's got like the same face.
Yeah.
Like almost spots for spot.
I'm not sure if they like remade it, but like the original movies from the aughts, the 2000s. 2004 or whatever.
Oh, she was in all those.
Yeah. Okay. She was those Tomb Raider. She was Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen those, but it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw Doom. I don't know why I saw Doom. Yeah, the movie. Doom the movie, the live action movie. Yeah.
When did that? Is that like?
I set it as my profile pic on Facebook, which is, you know, I know that makes me real cool.
Yeah.
In like 2000, it was early single digits, like 2 or 3, I want to say.
You couldn't have put it on your Facebook.
Well, it wasn't even.
Or wait, when was? Facebook is what, 10 years old now? So 2009, 8. Well, 2008, I think, is when it came online.
Yeah.
So clearly you couldn't have put it on.
2002. Yeah, and I didn't have MySpace, so that's not that either.
But I mean, it could have come out
like 2009.
It might have came out in 2002. I don't know.
That's weird that there was a time when Facebook didn't exist. Holy crap. This is way off topic now, but shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, Facebook did it. I remember when it was like, okay, do we do MySpace or Facebook?
Yeah, like, it was like an actual competition.
It was like, okay, well, I was like, okay, well, I don't really know anybody on Facebook. I do have a friend who's on MySpace, so I'm going to do MySpace.
You did MySpace?
Yeah, I did MySpace. Wow.
I've never done MySpace, and I probably will never now.
It was a lot more, in the early days, I preferred it to Facebook. It's a lot more personal. Like you made whereas like Facebook is like, you know, the same over everyone's like account, profile, whatever.
Yeah.
But like you could like put like different like theming or whatever, you know, music, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not cool enough to
survive the Facebook apocalypse.
Well, I mean, I guess, you know, you say like Facebook wasn't around, but like no social media was around back then.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because like YouTube wasn't even around.
We knew each other's phone numbers. Holy shit. Back in the time machine. Meanwhile, any of our listeners who are over the age of like 20 or 30 are like, fuck you.
Well, yeah, duh. What was it? I work with a bunch of like kids, right? Like, like high schoolers, I should say.
Some Fortniters.
And you know, like they're all like, you know, all like 17 or younger, like 17 or 16.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, they were born like, you know, 9/11 was like, didn't happen while they were alive.
Yeah.
It happened before they were born.
Like right now, this year is kind of where that is like the most prevalent marker for how old you are. Like if you were alive or not during 9/11, that's like the marker for, you can tell like if someone's still in high school or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, what is it? In this next year, there's gonna be kids in college who
weren't alive during 9/11. Yeah, they'll have no idea.
I mean,
they read about it in their books.
It feels weird because like I feel like we were so young when that happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say even I can be like barely grouped in that. Like alive during 9/11 because I was so young I don't remember it.
It's first grade.
Yeah.
I remember some things, but
you do?
Anyway, I remember when we first got internet, I was like, all right, gonna go on like this Nickelodeon game thing. Yeah.
I grew up without internet. I think I just realized.
Oh, so one thing. Because we mentioned no YouTube. Red vs. Blue came out before YouTube.
It did.
Yeah, and so
oh my gosh.
I remember my brother had like downloaded it. I don't remember. I think it was.
Was it on Newgrounds or something?
I think you had to download it or something.
Okay.
Anyway, and that's how I watched it on like a media player. On
Windows. Jeez.
So yeah.
Now I got YouTube and Facebook, and the only thing I do on Facebook now is occasionally check it out for the podcast and stuff. That's where we have our group, and constantly get reminded about really old pictures.
Yeah.
Facebook's like, hey, remember this? And it's like, I do. I don't want to. I'd rather forget.
This was a slow point.
Just like, oh my god, those high tops. I wore those. I thought high tops were the coolest shoe. I don't know. Sorry if you wear high tops and you like them, but I don't know.
Anyway,
way off topic.
We're talking about how like old things are, and yet we're like only 24.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're 23, right?
20. Yeah. Oh no, I'm 24.
24? Okay,
I'm 24.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I'm like imagining if I had the same conversation in front of any of my bosses or any of my coworkers. Honestly, there's one coworker that's the same age as me, Rodney, and everyone else is older. And so if I had the conversation on anyone who works there right now, they'd be so pissed.
Yeah. You're talking about how old you are. How do you think I feel?
I grew up without a TV. Like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess there's always going to be. So, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
But how did we get on this topic?
Angelina Jolie, I guess.
Something about.
I think I was trying to make a point. I just forgot the point.
Oh, Doom. You said Doom. You said Doom.
Because we're talking about Angelina Jolie and the movies
Raider.
that she's been in. Tomb Raider.
Yeah, and then you're like, Doom.
I don't know why.
Doom. I put that as my profile picture on Facebook.
Yep. It wasn't the Doom guy either. It was that alien thing. It doesn't look very close to the one in the video games, but it's, the main guy who shoots fireballs or whatever.
Yeah.
That was my profile picture when I first started Facebook.
Okay.
Because I thought it was really cool. I was like,
that's
back awesome.
When I was like, I should now put photos of myself and things like that.
Yeah.
Let's put photos of like
random things.
Yeah. Anyway, Angelina Jolie, pretty cool that she's going to be in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. And I hope however, because the only issue I have with like huge actors playing roles like this is a lot of times it'll pull me out of the movie if it's like, that's Angelina Jolie. So I hope, however, I mean, she's a good actor, so she has to play it well in order to immersify me, and hopefully they get like some good makeup as well, and it's not just Angelina Jolie's a superhero,
But don't they? I mean, well, they kind of do.
I guess they kind of want that though, because she's the face.
I mean, they do have
want to advertise.
Sam Jackson is Nick Fury.
That's true, but when I see him, he's just Nick Fury.
That is true. I would agree.
It's
with
like with Iron Man, Thor. Like when you see them in real life, like obviously they're real people. They're not superheroes, but when you see them or Wolverine, Wolverine's a solid example.
Are real people.
Yeah. When I see Hugh Jackson, it's just
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson. That's not his name. Hugh Jackman.
When I see Hugh Jackson,
I think, wow, weird how he's like a super buff Australian guy and also a pop star that's dead. Sorry, Michael Jackson. No, but Hugh Jackman.
Is there a guy? I'm pretty sure
Is there a Hugh Jackson?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I think
That's not a president, is it?
No, no, it's not.
That'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there's a football coach, and that's
Named
who I was.
Hugh
Yeah,
Jackson.
Hugh Jackson. That's what I thought. I knew it. He's like considered one of the worst coaches.
Sorry to compare you to such a bad coach, Hugh Jackman. But no, like Hugh Jackman, when you see him, it's just like, that's Wolverine.
Yeah.
Or when you see Daniel Radcliffe, that's Harry Potter, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they've been playing their roles for so long, it's hard to see him as literally anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you get a big actor who hasn't had that role like their whole life or for a long period of their life, then I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really follow I don't know, like that kind of news, like famous people. What do you call those, like magazines but not magazines? Tabloids. Yeah, I don't follow like tabloidy stuff. So I probably don't even really know her as Angelina Jolie, other than the fact that she exists. So it probably won't be a big problem. But that's always like my big worry is when I think about it, it's like, oh, I hope that's not like, you know, immersion breaking. The fact that like it's going to be Angelina Jolie flying through space or whatever.
Right.
But
I think it should be fun.
Still excited, yeah. Marvel's good. Angelina Jolie's a good actor as far as I know from what I've seen.
So yeah, there we go. Moving on, last bit of news: Avengers, Endgame, and Infinity War directors, and Captain America: Civil War and Captain America: Winter Soldier directors, the Russo Brothers.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Horrible sing-along blog directors.
No.
Didn't they? The Russo Brothers?
No, that was Joss Whedon.
That was the Whedon brothers.
Yeah.
Fuck. Different brothers. I'm sorry.
I mean, Joss Whedon did direct an Avengers film.
He did. That's
Two Avengers films.
That's where I got confused. Anyways, continue.
So they are going to take a break from comic book movies after Endgame. So yeah, Joe Russo told comicbook.com, excuse me. I think that, we are going to take a little bit of a break. We love Marvel. I mean, we are very close with Kevin Feige, Lou D'Esposito, and Victoria Alonso, and Tran produced the last 2 movies with us and 8 more. I mean, it's really like family for us, but we've done 4 movies in 6.5 years, so we're going to take a little bit of a vacation, but we'll be back in a heartbeat. Saying that, also going on to say that they would only return to Marvel as directors and not like creative consultants or producer, kind of like how Joss Whedon was for all the Phase 2 films.
Yeah.
And I think Jon Favreau is for pretty much every Marvel film, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Ever since he stopped directing Iron Man after Iron Man 2.
Yeah. Electric Boogaloo. That might not be what it's called.
Well, I mean, they do have an electric guy.
That's true.
So, I mean, and Mickey Rourke is kind of, So yeah, Iron Man 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's like the only movie that doesn't have Iron Man's the only one without subtitles.
Yeah.
They're just numbers.
Just been 2, 3.
Yeah, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
Just
Thor,
works.
Thor the Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers of Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier.
It's a little relief though when they just kind of go with
I guess
numbers.
Guardians of the Galaxy has 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess
It's
technically Volume
Volume
1,
2.
Volume 2, yeah. But, yeah. I think that's all right with the Russo brothers. I mean, I guess, obviously...
It's exciting to me that they said they're going to come back.
Yeah, and that they specifically work with Marvel, which means they've obviously had a good time.
Yeah, which... they are my favorite directors in the MCU.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I am very happy about this, although I can understand why they would not want to do it.
Just constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, doing anything just over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
You know. they probably make so much money that they can just kind of do what they feel like.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not like, we need money.
Yeah. They're not groveling at the feet of producers.
Like me. I need money. Please send me money.
Send money. Link below. Not really. It's not going to be there.
Find me on Twitter at Kayley Misialek and send me money, please.
Send money through Twitter.
Yes. I need it. I think that does it for news this week.
Yeah.
Let's get on to some juice.
Yeah.
So, baddies, bad guys, villains. The Joker, sorry. Got its first trailer.
Yeah.
Bad guys, they're a thing.
They are.
Without them, there wouldn't be superheroes.
I guess, yeah. I mean, what would they save people from?
Exactly.
At least it'd be way more boring. Like, oh, look, another mugging. They just show up and win.
Mugging.
Who was, like, the first villain, I wonder?
I don't know. Well, what type of villain? Like, are we talking super villain?
Yeah.
Or like just villain? Because villain could just be like anything, any character, an antagonist.
Yeah. Well, and really, that's all based off of like morals and stuff. Like, honestly, in the new Joker movie, it's very likely that he's not going to be a villain in the context of the movie.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you're going to be rooting for him. He's going to be
the hero.
Of his own story, I guess.
Yeah. But
obviously, I mean, it does seem, because they made the whole reference of comedy and tragedy.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be a tragedy. He's a villain, so he probably lost. Maybe. Unless that's what he wants. Maybe that's how. I don't know.
Unless he's like beats some other guy, like the mob or something.
Yeah, because it seems like he gets the crap beaten out of him.
Anyway, he gets revenge or something against some other bad guy.
In any case, he does not die.
Assumedly,
he's going to be facing Batman.
At some point, I would think.
That's kind of the thing. That's what Joker's there for. It's what Batman's there for.
That's the thing about villains, right? Is that they don't really exist for the most part outside of the superhero. I mean, obviously the Joker is, showing trying to show that's not the case.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, how often do you hear, there's not really stories about villains that aren't related to the superhero that they're fighting.
Well, and that's especially present in Marvel villains.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's Iron Man, evil Hulk, evil Hulk, that kind of thing. So it wouldn't exist if the original idea wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's more in writing than in the universe. But it is definitely way more interesting when you get a villain like Joker.
Yeah, because the thing is I guess, with the Marvel stuff, it's take character, put him up against something that's a mirror image of himself, and, fight.
Yeah.
Versus Joker is something completely different from Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's not just different tactics or whatever. It's different ends, because, Batman's the greatest detective, right?
Yeah.
Well, if someone just does random crap, how are you supposed to solve the clues, right?
Yeah.
It's just random, and
Yeah.
That's I guess the thing about Joker, right, is he's chaos to Batman's logic and reasoning, you know.
Yeah, definitely a super solid pair. I think what would make it super interesting, because obviously, even the terms hero, villain is very, morality based.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd be cool to get a movie where the Joker maybe just pretends he's on the right side of the law, and then Batman ends up on the wrong side of the law. So Batman's the villain, trying to take out Joker, but just the way it's framed. Maybe not to the viewer, but to everyone in the city, it looks like Batman's just going for this petty revenge thing. And the Joker's no, I've changed, or something, something like that, to more humanize the Joker.
You would have to show the audience that.
Right? Yeah, the audience would know that Batman's the good guy and Joker's the evil guy still. But the whole movie would play out to where no one else sees
It's
that.
Interesting.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I really dig stories where there's not really a good guy or a bad guy. And obviously that's not generally what happens in superhero movies. Defined by the very title itself.
I don't know. I mean, I was going to say, like, Winter Soldier. I mean, well, like, Civil War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Civil War. Yeah, they did a really good job. That's why I like that one so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it was very, like there's not a right answer.
I mean, there's, like, Baron Zemo, but he's, like, barely in the movie.
Yeah, he's...
As it is.
Yeah.
You know?
It's mostly Captain America versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
Which makes it really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, like, villains... Yeah, I don't know. I guess
like with the majority of entertainment, it's always
Batman has some of the best, Spider-Man has some of the best.
Yeah. They're the two of the most notable heroes with like really cool villains. Like I don't know if I can think of too many other heroes that have such amazing villains to be paired up with, and so many too.
Right, like Spider-Man has an insane amount, right? Like you've got Green Goblin, you got Dr. Octopus, you have Sandman, Vulture, Lizard, Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know a few more. Kingpin.
Yep.
That's like what, 8. And how many like Captain American villains can you name?
Red Skull. Captain Britain.
No.
Captain UK.
Like Baron Zemo is one. You've got Baron von Strucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like Hydra in general.
Yeah. Just them as a unit.
Yeah. And then Batman is like Spider-Man. You know, you got Joker, Poison Ivy, Dr. Freeze, Catwoman, the Penguin.
Yeah.
Was I gonna say Sandman again? Scarecrow is what I was.
Scarecrow. Oh Bane. Yeah. Bane. Yeah. Oh, there's a ton.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that they're just more interesting. They're more memorable.
Good. Like maybe like the popular characters get the more interesting villains.
That might. Yeah, because they were the bigger ones, right?
Right.
Batman.
Yeah, like Batman's probably the biggest DC comic, and Spider-Man's the biggest Marvel comic. So maybe that's it, right? You know,
that's got it. Yeah.
Like, because they're getting more comics than like say Ant-Man, right? And so you got to add new things in order to keep it new and different.
And I mean, even if you make a hero and a villain, the comic doesn't sell, you can't really keep going with it if no one's read the first one. Like, people have got to like stay tuned in basically to the people in order for you to be able to make more people. So if they're not like, they're paying attention to Batman, they're paying attention to Spider-Man. So when you make a villain, a ton of people read it. And then you can sell a bunch of copies and make the next one. But if you make a you know, I don't know, Red Skull, for example. I mean, I'm sure that like any comic with him probably sold fine, but if it didn't, no one would have heard about him. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And so maybe there are other villains out there that just are so obscure.
There are.
Yeah. Like I think MODOK, he's one of the less obscure villains.
Yeah, he's fairly popular, but he is obscure for like mainstream.
Yeah.
Society.
He's the big old computer head. Or what's that like big egg with the mustache?
Oh, that's Egg Foo.
Egg Foo. That's not a very popular one.
There is like, I could go on. Egghead, and I think he's an Ant-Man villain.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you know, bad villains are bad, and good villains are also bad, but they're good.
Good bad. Yeah. Summed up
anyway,
quite nicely.
Also, it's what was I gonna say? Very weighted towards the popular superheroes in terms of villains, like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, etc. Have the big villains, and then you go out like Captain America, Iron Man, Cyborg, Flash, go out, and then you got like Guardians of the Galaxy, or like I'm just trying to think the non-popular stuff.
Yeah.
I can't figure out because they're not popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have.
Therein lies the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a lot more. I mean, it does seem like with the creation of the internet, it's a lot easier for people.
Al Gore.
Thanks, Al Gore. It's a lot easier for people to connect, people to get seen, like good minds, like creative minds. And so hopefully with all that, with all this modernization of technology, we're going to see a lot more villains like the Joker.
I mean,
I'd be
down. Just got to resonate, right?
Yeah. And when I say that too, I mean, not necessarily they're creating more villains, because they have a ton as is. But if they go back and they grab one from the like old memory banks of no one remembers, they can characterize them differently and possibly better.
Or make them better.
Yeah,
make them
yeah.
Popular
With good writers and exactly. So hopefully we get a lot more of that, because it's better when the morals are more blurred.
Yeah.
And it's not so much like the Joker's trying to blow up the world and Batman's going to stop him.
Black and white, good and bad. This is clearly good. This is clearly bad.
Yeah.
Like Jedi and Sith. The Jedi are clearly the good, and the Sith are clearly the bad.
Yeah. Or I mean, even like Kingdom Hearts a little bit. Like they're wearing black cloaks. They got like super edgy looking keyblades. You think they'd notice, like, hey, maybe we're the bad guys. Kind of feels like it, right? Wearing these weird cloaks.
Yeah.
We talk growly, like everyone's growly.
I mean, no one else looks like us, Like,
yeah.
we got the long spiky hair.
Yeah.
Because long hair is like evil, I guess.
Yeah. The Sora guy's hanging out with like really colorful, happy people all the time. He seems like he's the good guy. Very black and white. But yeah. More fun when it's not.
Yeah. Gray. Gray is not a good color, but in terms of like, I don't know.
Like morality?
I'm trying to find the right word. Why can't I think of it? I'm having a brain fart.
Yeah, I have a lot of those. They should make Beano gas for brains.
I had it and now I lost it. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, I think that does it for us on this episode of the Clever and Original Podcast.
Yeah.
Jay, if people wanted to find you on the social media sphere, where can they do that?
If you want to come find me and tell me that my choice of villains is bad, come find me on Twitter at Jayden Reinhart.
And you can find me at Kayley Misialek on Twitter. You can find us all at Clever_Original on Twitter. And as you are right now, listen to us on each and every week on SoundCloud, iTunes, and other podcast services.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next week on episode 190.
Woo!